Hello, welcome back to the final episode of Flavours of the World. This time we're going to be making a bean and rice dish from West Africa and originated specifically in Ghana. Let's get into it. So the ingredients are 4 tomatoes, 1 onion, and 2 garlic cloves, 2 cups of drained and washed rice. It's important to wash the rice 3 times over because if you don't, it'll get a lot stickier. Salt to the taste, half a cup of olive oil, 2 cups of drained beans. And for the beans, I use this container from I Love Echo. And for the rice, I'm using from the same brand, basmati rice. 4.5 cups of chicken broth. And this one has proved to be a really good company for that. A tablespoon of smoked paprika. A teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and cutting board, a knife, garlic squeezer, teaspoon, tablespoon, and a cutting board. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to dice the tomatoes. You're gonna want to dice them. You're gonna want to dice them to look about this size. Okay. Now that the tomatoes cut, I'm gonna start cutting the onion. Same way we're gonna dice it. In this case, I had to take a second cutting board because the first one wasn't big enough for 4 whole tomatoes. Now that the onion is cut, we're gonna take our 2 cloves of garlic and smash them. Now once all these ingredients are prepared, I'm going to go and heat a pot. So now that the pan has been heating for a few minutes on high temperature, we're going to add our oil. Wait for it to heat up a little bit and then bring it down to medium temperature. Now it's been here for a few minutes, we're going to add onion and garlic. And we're gonna saute them. Now once it's been here for a few minutes, we're gonna add our spices. So, a tablespoon of smoked paprika. Now, a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, pepper, yeah. And now mix. And now that it's all sauteed, I'm going to add in our tomatoes. And then you're going to keep it and saute it for 5 minutes. And mix it around. And now that it's been in there for 5 minutes, you can add a little bit of salt to taste. And personally, I put 1 teaspoon of salt. Mix that around. Now we're going to add 2 cups of rice. We're gonna mix it for 2 minutes in here, and then we're gonna add beans. Now that we had the rice here for 2 minutes and then mixing it constantly, we take our beans, put the beans in, mix it around a little bit. And now we add the broth. Now the 4.5 cups of chicken broth. If you don't have enough chicken broth, you can also substitute some of it for water. Now that everything's added, we're going to put on the lid and let it simmer for 18 minutes and check up on it every few minutes or so to mix it.